Hello everybody and welcome back, and welcome to a bunch of tips and tricks. I don't know the number, but I'm just going to go through all of the tips that I've learned while playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. So starting off, we have a tree here, and most people, maybe they shake it once and they get a stick, or they don't, and then they go, okay, I'm done, and they go on to the next tree. Little may people know, you can continuously shake trees to get as many sticks as you want. You can get more than one stick per tree. So in your morning routine, start shaking the trees as much as you can to get as many sticks as you can. This next trick comes in handy if you tend to get stung by wasps a lot while shaking your trees in the morning. What you want to do is have your net out, face towards the tree, and when you shake it, your character will automatically turn towards the wasp. So all you have to do is press A and you easily catch them. Again, make sure you have your net already out. Make sure you're facing towards the tree, not from the side or from the back. And this should work out perfectly fine. Then you can get a wasp nest and sell a wasp. Here's a tip some of you may already know. Say you don't like the look of your tool, if you go and customize, you can actually choose the handle cover and lining of different tools to choose what color you like. For example, for my shovel, I'll go ahead and go with pink. And for my net, I'll go with blue. And as you can see, when we equip our tools, their colors match. The only problem with this technique is that if your tool breaks and you make another one, the color does not carry over, so you will have to recolor it, which can be quite annoying. But either way, it's better than having the basics of different tools. And that brings us to our next tip, which is you can actually craft faster by spamming A while crafting. This is something a lot of people have learned in the past week. But one thing you may not have known is you can do the same thing with the customizing. You can spam A and you can customize faster. This really helps for if you're in a rush to customize or craft something, or if you're just trying to furnish a house or even put a bunch of items outside because of the rating system with Isabelle. This really helps speed that up. So this next one is really simple, but it's something that Animal Crossing never tells you about. And it's something I found by accident. I didn't even mean to do this, but I'm glad I did find it. This is another thing you may know if you are kind of a veteran or you've been playing for about a week. This is more for the new players. When you're starting out, you may think that there's no way to move items in your inventory. There's no option to do it, but you in fact can move items. If you hold down on A on some item in your inventory, it'll select it and you can then move it around. This took me about 5 days to figure out, and I'm so glad I did because before my inventory was very messy. This next tip has to do with flower breeding. As you can see on screen, this is the proper way to get almost every flower color, and this method works with almost every flower. There are some flowers that need special hybrid flowers from special islands that you can get with the Nook Mile tickets to get other colors, but as you can see, you want to do yellow in the middle, 2 red on each side across, and then 1 space away, you want to do 2 white and 2 white. Water these and you should get every flower color of that type of flower. I'll also put on the screen right now a list of all the possible combinations for all the possible types of flowers that you can get with every type and every color and all of that. Also, this image came from the YouTuber Austin John Plays, so this is not my image. Next, we have a tip with hitting rocks. Most veteran players know that you can actually get 8 pieces from 1 rock. All you need to do is set an area that you can bounce off of as you're hitting the rock. For example, you can see I do 2 holes like this. Just make sure to leave all the spaces around the rock open to be able to drop any items. And as you can see, you can spam A and you get all 8 pieces from 1 rock. You can also use the walls around you for this method. For example, you can see here I'm using a cliff. You can also try using this with trees and other types of obstacles like items and fences. Another tip to persuade you to use this method even more is that every day one of your rocks will be a money rock, meaning that money will fall out instead of the normal materials. From these money rocks, if you get the maximum amount, you can get about 16,000 bells. This next tip has to do with the golden spots in the ground. When you dig them up, it always gives you 1,000 bells. The trick here is not to plant the 1,000 back, but instead to invest 10,000 more into the hole. Instead of this money tree giving you 3,000 every time you shake it, it'll give you 30,000. Just a little warning, because a lot of people ask me this. They always ask, does this work with 99,000 bells? And I have to say no. I've seen a lot of people online do it with 99,000, but I believe that they use time traveling to do it. The only one I've seen work normally has been 10,000. I've tested it with 99,000. I've tested it with planting 50,000 and 30,000 and all the different amounts, and every time it always just maxes out at 30,000 per tree. So if I were to do this, I would only go and plant 10,000. Also a little tip, a lot of people don't know, but you can actually dig up the money trees and it shows that it is a money tree in your inventory. A lot of people may just leave them where they were and never dig them up or chop them down. But I'm here to tell you, you can actually move these trees. Our next tip, as you can see on screen, this comes from a person named Lil Moon on Twitter. They said, fun fact, a balloon spawns every 10 minutes at every 5. So, for example, it could be at 2:05, 2:15, 5 o'clock, things like that. On the left side during the day, and on the right side in the evening. I've actually looked into this and I've gone on my beaches and I've actually kind of noticed the opposite. They said on the left side during the day, although I've only noticed the balloons spawning on the right side during the day and the left side on the evening. And as for the 5 mark, I've noticed them spawning at the 5 and the 6 mark. In a second, I am going to go across the right side of my beach. As you can see, it's 2:18. We're going to wait until it's 2:25. As we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and read another comment someone left that said, don't forget balloon colors. Yellow have a higher chance to give bells, 1K, 5K, 10K, and 30K. And blue have a higher chance to give materials. Again, take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm not sure about how true any of these statements are, although we are going to try this in a second. And I can see another person in the comment section, the same person who posted this, is saying that this doesn't work if you are standing right next to their spawn points, so if you are running up and down the beach to try and find the balloon. So we're going to stay a bit a ways, and then when the clock strikes a 5, we're going to go ahead and cross this river and go up the beach and check and see if any have spawned. Another thing I just want to point out is some people are saying that the times differ for them. So some people are saying that yes, they are finding the balloons at about 5, and some people are saying that they're finding them at every 10 or every 9. Alrighty, the clock has struck 5. So now we will go across the river and go check and see if we have any balloons on the right side of our island. Oh, I can hear one. I can hear it. Oh, look at that. We do have a balloon. It is a 5 and it is on the right side. Again, I would test this and make sure, stand across your river or something until it strikes 5, then go across and see 1, if it's the correct time at the 5, and 2, if it's on the right or the left side. And as you can see, we got 10,000 bells. I didn't see the color of the balloon, but we can go back, and the person said underneath the comments that the color yellow has a bigger chance of giving you bells. So I'm guessing that balloon was yellow, but again, the colors could not even matter at all. Okay, everyone, so for our next trick, we're not on the actual game. This is actually a trick for decorating your house. So I need to be on my computer for this, and you'll see why in a second. People asked, how do I get these album covers on my wall? You can see I have Baby Metal, Billie Eilish, Doja Cat, the Doom soundtrack, Mo Shop, and the Stardust album. People asked, how do I get this? So today I'm here to show you. What you want to do is go to this website, and I'll add the link in the description of this video down below. And what you want to do is make sure on your computer you already have a album cover cropped out and ready. Then on this website you want to go to convert, and what you want to do is find the picture. We're going to be using the Pure Pure album from Mo Shop, which as you can see is this one right here. You can crop it in here. I just find it easier to crop it beforehand. Then we hit next, and you can see this is kind of what it'll look like. Of course, in New Horizons, there is some pixel blending, so it will look better than this if you're thinking that this is really pixely. It blends it out and makes it look really nice. You can choose the color styles if you want to do that. You can choose the quality, you can choose the transparency, and whatever this is. And after you're done choosing all of your settings, you hit convert. Then you can mess around and color with it later if you need to, or you can hit generate QR code. Now, as you can see on screen, you take this QR code and you go on the Nintendo Online app on your phone. You go to the Animal Crossing section, you go to the design section, and you convert this image and download it on Animal Crossing. So after you have this image in your design catalog, you want to hit display here and canvas, and make sure you're near your wall and it'll hang up on the wall. Then you can just move it by going into the room editor. Anyways, that's all the tips and tricks I've learned while playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope some of you even learned something. If you know any tips and tricks, be sure to leave them in the comments so the other new players will be able to learn from those. Anyways, if you all enjoyed, go ahead and like it and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everybody.